Okay, so we are back at it again and super excited for today's workout because we are starting a new meso, which means new exercises to PR on, new gains to unlock, and just, yeah, some fun ahead because, not gonna lie, my body's still dead from the ascension phase of the last meso. Whoops. But anyways, I had a pretty crappy sleep last night. Pretty tired today, but it's all good because sipping on that high stem boba tea protein, and it's really waking me the F up right now, which I absolutely need. But to be honest, it's also like an acclimation deload workout, so it's not like I have to be at 100 for this workout. I'm not trying to kill PRs. I'm just trying to acclimate to the program, give my body some time to rest, get proficient at the exercises, practice my form, tempo, all that good stuff. So it's not a huge deal. So honestly, this week I'll probably take a break from the high stim pre-workout and probably just use the regular boba tea pre-workout, which has a little bit less caffeine. Give myself a little caffeine deload. Not that I take a lot of caffeine on a day-to-day basis anyways. But yeah, right now I kind of feel like, at least on the inside, if you guys have seen Get Him to the Greek, the Jonah Hill part where he stabs him with the EpiPen or whatever that pen was. He just wakes up like, "Rah!" That's how I kind of feel like every time the pre-workout hits. By the way, Get Him to the Greek, one of the funniest movies ever. I love that movie. But it's gonna stretch it out today. Warm up, get everything nice and loose. Body's still feeling really good. Like elbow pain, it's off and on, but more off than on. Elbows are good. Like tricep tendonitis will always be there no matter what. However, beginning of this year, if it was at like 100, now it's at like a 10, 5, if that, you know. Knee pain, which I did have, I guess like middle of this year. It was after Houston. Completely gone too. Legs feeling a lot better. And yeah, just excited for this new meso. I know I'm going to be back on that PR train. Oh, also, I took measurements from... I finally took my measurements. So I skipped my December, like 7th-ish measurements. I ended up taking my measurements yesterday. So right as soon as I'm done with this, I'll grab my phone and just give you guys a brief summary of my measurements. I'm kind of rushing my warm-ups just because I want to show you guys, because I am pretty ecstatic about it. Like, I guess it helps that I never really measured myself before. So like when you don't have a bar, like progress is progress, you know? So I may be getting overexcited for nothing. However, ignorance is bliss. So let's see. Arms. So this is from October 7th. So this is how much my measurements increased in these past 3 months. In the video I filmed yesterday, that's actually getting posted to the main channel today. Go check it out if you guys haven't. For some reason, I thought it was 4 months just because it would have been my 4-month check-in. But it's actually 3 months. I don't know why I did that. Because October 7th, November, December, and January. For some reason, whatever. But anyways, since October 7th, 1/2 inch on my arms. Both arms. Both arms are 17.25 now. I'm like 90% sure in New York, my arms at the biggest was 17.5 flexed. Now it's 17.25. Like, and 1/4 inch is a lot. Like, that's probably like a 6-month plus goal on a bulk getting maybe even fatter. I have no idea. But yeah, so it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. Forearms, 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. Quads. So my quads made some big gains. 1 inch on the left, 1 1/4 on the right. They're both even finally as well. I tweaked my back 2 years ago and it left me like bedridden for a whole week where I couldn't even extend my leg. Like it felt like my leg was set on fire every time I tried to stand up. It was the oddest, most painful time in my life as well. Like that sucked. But my leg literally shriveled to nothing just because I couldn't use it. Calves went up 3/4 inch and 1 inch. Chest back went 1 3/4 inch. But oddly enough, my chest and back didn't grow from November. So exactly the same. That was my only measurement to stay the same. Shoulders, 2.5 inches. Super proud about that because my V-taper always have been lagging just because I have a narrow frame. Neck went up 1.5 inch. Neck, I don't really care about too much, but just figured I'd measure it just because. And stomach, like I said, everything went up. Stomach went up 1 inch since starting. So that's what comes with it. You know, that's where majority of you will hold your fat. That's where I hold majority of my fat as well. So that's going to grow regardless during a bulk. You know, the abs are going to fade. That's just all normal stuff. But the fact that like my arms are growing, calves, like things that I don't hold a lot of fat on, like my legs actually do hold like a decent amount of fat compared to most people, especially men. Like genetically women hold more fat on their legs than guys do. But yeah, for me, I hold a lot of fat on my legs as well. Legs and stomach is the most. Growing up, when I first started lifting, I used to hold most of my fat in my back. But you know, as you get older, things change, and so does your fat distribution and stuff. So yeah, let's get started on this workout. Okay, so first exercise we got is supinated grip pull-ups. So instead of going fully supinated, I'm going to use these angled bars instead, just because it feels better on my elbow and my back. And this is an exercise I haven't really trained before, so pretty excited to see how strong I can get on this. For this workout, I'm just going to do everything straight body weight. Something to remember, especially for those of you in the hyperbaric time chamber training group, is stay away from failure. Follow the reps in reserve goal. Just because it says 10 doesn't mean you have to hit 10. Just keep the reps in reserve in check, and yeah, just make sure you're not overly fatiguing yourself. Remember, this acclimation period is a time to let your body rest as well as practice these movements. So we're gonna get a nice stretch at the bottom. Slow eccentric coming down, fast concentric. So that felt really damn good. So supinated pull-ups should be the easiest and strongest pull-up for majority of you. In the earlier phase, in the last meso, I had wide grip pull-ups. That one I could rock body weight the entire way through, just because it's probably the hardest pull-up. So supinated will definitely add weight as I continue. That felt good though. So pretty much how I gauge my reps in reserve is, right now I'm trying to leave 3 to 4 reps in reserve So that means 3 to 4 reps until I hit absolute failure. So pretty much how I gauge it, and this may be different for some people, but as soon as it gets tiring, that's when I know I just cut it. Because I don't want it, I don't want any grinder reps. I don't want to push the fatigue levels or anything. So after that 10th rep, it felt like it was starting to get hard, which meant I probably only had another 3 to 5 left in the tank to absolute failure. And that's why I stopped there. Okay, so next we have paused neutral grip bench or dumbbell bench press. So neutral grip bench is something I've never done as well. However, something that I've been really liking about like the few times that I have tried neutral grip is the stretch that you get in your chest, and that's why we're also doing it paused. One, I just like pause reps, especially for bench. It just seems safer. Like I talked about this in my last video, but I don't know anyone, I've never seen anyone tear a pec or injure themselves doing pause reps, or doing controlled reps. It's always touch and go. And it's usually when guys just slam it on their chest and bounce it off that you see them like tear something or whatever. So I think it's just safer. Like I think the stimulus is going to be very similar. Like the fatigue to stimulus ratio probably isn't the best because pause reps is more fatiguing as well. However, you are going to be using a lighter weight, so it's give and take. So for this one, just going to be keeping it light, doing 60 pounds. As I go heavier, I'll use wrist wraps and a belt just because it helps. Helps with stability, and stability is king when you're trying to get bigger, get stronger. So, and those felt really damn good. Would definitely recommend those. The only thing is, I noticed my wrist was fatiguing a lot faster than usual. I think just because I'm not used to, stabilizing in this neutral grip position as well. So definitely my wrist will get stronger, especially as I go through this meso by default, but I will also start wrapping. However, that stretch that you get at the bottom is amazing. It feels really damn good. Really excited for this movement. Okay, so we have a special guest. She's feeling a lot better. Yeah, she's feeling a lot better. She had a fever earlier in the week, as I mentioned, but she's been good. She just has a little runny nose. But her favorite thing to do is watch Daddy work out. So we set up her seat here. Shout out to Bells of Steel for their chest supported row, aka baby seat attachment. And next on the menu we got incline dumbbell curls. So this is an exercise that I kept from the last meso. Just really like it. You're gonna hit your foot? No, you're good. Just keeping it light. It's got 10s on both sides. Yeah, I do think I need to move a little bit to the side. Those feel good. Okay, so next exercise is Kelso shrugs. Now this is a fairly new movement, especially in the social media scene, but it's a good one. I really like these shrugs. I don't do a lot of shrugs in my workouts generally. And what's funny about this exercise is one of my first trainers that I ever had that helped me enter my first competition, like this high school bodybuilding competition when I was 16 years old. He used to always tell me when we used to do the shrugs is to always lean forward and shrug up and back, exactly like how the Kelso shrugs are done. It's just someone took it a step further and was like, oh, how can we make this exercise a little bit more stable? And that's why you do it chest supported now. So how I'm doing mine is I'm using the angle 45 grips. Obviously you can use dumbbells. Dumbbells is going to be the most common way to do them, but I'm using the angle 45. I'm actually going to film a tutorial for this right after. But yeah, and I'm going to continually, just like all my exercise, continually play with the form and find out what works best. However, this is what I like so far. So right up here, from here, support with your chest, get that stretch, and just shrug up and back.
You okay? How are
I wasn't even counting the reps. I was just trying to get a feel for it. This is really lightweight I'm doing. However, you can still feel like a crazy contraction running up your traps during that thickness. And yeah, I'm excited for this one as well. Like, obviously shrugs are gonna be able to do a lot of weight. However, just with little weight, it still feels really good. Okay, last exercise, unilateral tricep extensions. So the only thing with this exercise is don't use the rope. Why? Because it's not as stable and you won't be able to do as much. So I recommend just using a D handle, and yeah, just keep it simple. It's real simple movement. Just come down, push all the way down, slow and controlled up, follow the tempo, and just get that crazy contraction. Okay. And Akami's having fun with mommy. It's time to eat in a little bit. That's the workout. Real simple upper workout. These next coming weeks, it will be simple. Be just a lot harder. But I'm excited. Hope all of you, especially those of you in the hyperbaric time chamber, are excited for these gains in this next meso. Like, my measurements got me fired up over 9,000, even though I'm going to start a mini cut, so I'm definitely going to shrink and lose some inches here and there, lose some body fat. And yeah, that's the workout. See you guys in the next one.